Hello, Miss. My name is Florencia Sena, and today the sentence that I have to analyze says, "School can teach me a few lessons in life." So the very first thing we need to do when analyzing a sentence is to identify the word level. In the word level, we identify the nouns, the verbs, the determiners, adjectives, pronouns, and so on that are part of the sentence. So here we have school, which is a noun. Then we have can, can teach, that is the verb phrase. But here can't acts as an auxiliary, it is a modal verb. And teach is the lexical verb or the main verb of the phrase. And then we have me, which is an object pronoun. We have that is determiner, indefinite article. Then we have few, which is a quantifier. We have lessons, that it's a noun. In, that is a preposition. And life, another noun. So here we have done the word level, and now we move forward to the phrase level. So school is a noun phrase, and here we have to join the two verbs to create the verb phrase. And me is another noun phrase. And then we have a few lessons in life that creates the whole noun phrase. Creates a whole noun phrase, but within this noun phrase we have a preposition, and this indicates that we have a prepositional phrase too. So we have to mark first this prepositional phrase, and then we join all of these items to create just one noun phrase. In this case, the prepositional phrase is within the noun phrase because it's not the main phrase of the predicate. So the noun phrase is more important here than the prepositional phrase. So that's why it is within the noun phrase and not apart. And then we move forward to the third level of analysis, which is the sentence level. Here we mark the subject and we join all of these phrases to create the predicate. Okay, so we join the verb phrase, the noun phrase, and this another noun phrase. A predicate. And the last thing we need to do is to join these two elements, the subject and the predicate, in one, and that's how we finish our analysis. But it's not that's not all we have to analyze now. The verb phrase. The verb phrase is can teach. So we have can teach as the verb phrase. We have to indicate the mood of the verb. In this case, Both verbs are in the indicative tense, so we have to write it indicative, and then we identify the aspect that in this case is non-progressive and non-perfective, because there's no perfect tenses and there are no progression on the action. So there are no perfect tenses and no progression. So we write it non-progressive, non-perfective. We also need to identify the voice of the sentence. In this case, it's an active sentence, so we just write down active. And then we analyze the two verbs by separate, okay? By separate ways. So we have can and we have teach. In this case, can is a modal auxiliary, and it's also a finite verb. And then we have teach, which is the main verb or the lexical verb, and it is also finite, and it is in the base verb form because it has no fluctuations, and it is not conjugated. And another one we have to point is that it is an irregular verb. And the last thing we also have to do, and we have to mark, is the pattern of the sentence. So we have to see which are the complements that are present in the sentence. So we have all of these elements. We have the subject, the verb, and we have two objects. We have an indirect object, which is me, and we have an direct object, which is a few lessons in life. So the pattern is subject, verb, object, indirect, and object, direct. And as we have two objects, an indirect object and an direct object, we can say that this verb phrase, or the verb, the lexical verb, is a complex transitive verb. Okay, so we have to write it down to complex transitive. And well, that's it, and that is how we analyze sentences in English. Bye.